this is it. This is the final of American Horror Story, season 9. It all ends tonight. Everybody is there, right? Brooke them have made it there. Brooke and Donna, Bobby. I mean, not Bobby, but Benjamin. Finally got his name. The Mr. Jingles, you know, original, not really Mr. Jingles, is there. We got all the serial killers club all set up. Margaret and whatever McDermott guy is, the hitchhiker killer, and we got Night Stalker all there. Yeah, the Night Stalker, I liked him the more the story went on. He actually ended up being one of the more likable characters. When I mean likable, I mean charismatic. He's kind of the draw for the second half of the show, as he's in it more. And he became kind of the thing to watch. Actually, he became more fun to watch as it went on. This whole season has been more about just the Jingles, really, than even Brooke. Just an observation. We also have Montana, and I don't know what the poor mustache dude's name is. That Trevor? I don't know. I forgot his name. Him and Montana, she trying to kind of threw him over to the side, even though he was ready to die for her. But I don't think it's because she really believes what she's saying. She just doesn't want him to get hurt. She's trying to protect him. That's cool. I understand that. There's some depth to that. And they ended with Bobby. I'm sorry, Bobby's the son. It ended up with Benjamin. So I got stuff. I still got this sinus infection thing. Ended up with Bobby. Ended up with Benjamin. He found Bobby. No, yeah, he found his brother Bobby, and his mom. I don't know. They ended up on a beach. They ended up like by the lake, or something. This thing he dragged him down the lake, but somehow he ended up. It was like an upside down world. I don't know, but he ended up in some kind of a weird heaven place. It was a very odd ending for last episode. Cause it doesn't really hype you up. It kind of just very solemn ending for the last episode. You know, weird. But I was watching a lot of reactions. A lot of people saying that that's the end of Bobby. Is that the end of the Bobby? Like, oh shit. Sorry about that. The microphone had not been turned on, so the audio should switch over now to my this week right here. Okay, so the first part is there, and then it's over here. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm just gonna go over that. I think people are saying that is that the end of Benjamin? Is that it? He gonna just stay there? That's the ending for him? No, it's not an ending for him. He's not just gonna give up on his son and just sit there. I think that Montana, because she saw him, maybe she's gonna end up there too. I don't know. She's gonna tell somebody who cares enough or something. I don't know. I have no idea. But I think that they're gonna need Benjamin to help them take down the Night Stalker and Margaret, because he's the only serial killer who is not on the serial killer side, right? He wasn't actually a serial killer until afterwards. He still is now though, and he does have quite a resiliency to, dying. Stab wounds and everything. Those seem to affect him like it does everybody else. So he might become a very important weapon. So I think that they might have to go and get him out of there, bring him fishing back out. So, there is the question of who the final girl would be. And, obviously it would seem that it would be Brooke. But she was talking about Donna being the final girl, and that would be interesting because it would be opposite of what you would expect. A black girl surviving a horror movie. Margaret's gonna die. There's no way she's surviving this.
Looks like we can't go any further. You sure this is where you want to
go? Oh shit! It's Bobby. I was just gonna say, could that be Bobby? Well, I don't know what to make of this now. I wasn't expecting this. I should have been expecting it. Usually the final episode is very weird. So somebody was put to a wood chipper or whatever that thing is, at some point. I think we're seeing all of the aftermath of that massacre that happened that day.
What's that? In your hand. We were forgotten.
Yeah.
Something else must have gotten their
Yeah,
attention. Now I know what.
Now she's just giving us exposition now, just straight up.
I'm gonna find out what happened to my father.
Yeah.
You're Mr. Jingle's son.
Eyes are filling. Something bad happened. I like this plot, this story idea. That I wish this would have came up earlier in the series. This should have been the second half.
I'll tell you, but you first. What's going on out there?
I don't know. The 80s are having a little comeback now. I mean, people like the club. Aerobics is kind of a joke these days.
Oh, come on, man. Did you break into this camp just to break my heart? That is the saddest
shit.
thing I've ever...
Your
So he did kill himself.
Died last year, and on her deathbed, she told me the truth about my father. She said, someone murdered my mother, and he came here to avenge her death. I have to talk to him.
Queen, 1989. Margaret Booth had everything lined up. The stage was set for a massacre.
And maybe I might have accidentally told him about Kajagoogoo getting murdered.
I'm so sorry to say the festival has been canceled.
You had no moral objection to, and it paid for.
Show is over. You are true evil. And I let myself be.
You're on the other side of the property line, so if you die here, dead is all you'll ever be.
She helped?
Why would you help me?
Because I'm not like you.
All that hatred had turned me into a terrible person. And I didn't want to be like that anymore. I decided all the killing had to stop.
It was Margaret's bloodlust that we needed to end.
You're my 7th solo kill. Die, bitch.
And stash, but I can't have you die in this property.
Oh yeah.
Fuck me.
Oh my God, Gordy or whatever, buddy.
I'm going to end you.
Ramirez was going to need to be under constant supervision.
What?
A literal death watch.
He's
On him
like
flies on
Jeepers
shit.
Creepers.
Good morning.
Everybody's just taking turns.
All this time, all these years, you've been saving my life. Thank you. I'm not leaving. Not until I find him.
They got laxed. After 30 years, they eventually got laxed about it.
Like, because you sleep with everyone.
What can I say?
He would eventually go out.
It's like you two
That's always what we got to do with it.
box after.
It took him 30 years to finding you out. Oh. So what happened to Margaret? Oh! What the hell?
Father betrayed Satan. I'm here to collect his debt.
Never come back. Come on. No. Go to Red Meadows Asylum. Find the medical director, and you'll get your answer. Go, Bobby.
I just need a few minutes of her time. Please.
Listen, it's about Benjamin Richter.
Wait. What about Richter?
Oh, shit. I had a feeling it was going to be her.
Planted by the real killer. Put all that
It's a pretty
into a
good makeup
blender,
job.
and you got one of the most clean night in 1989.
No, I
I'm gonna
cannot
get
wait
old
any
Brooke
longer.
too.
I need someone to come.
It's like a lot of dead people. They're crazy.
What the fuck are you doing here? Kill you, you crazy bitch!
That's so nice. Oh, Brooke. Never seen Brooke yet. Oh, she's still hot. Yeah. Oh, they put her through that thing.
Here, you'll just turn me into one of you.
Way ahead of you, Mags.
You're over the property line. Is there a beret setting on it?
So you were the last one. The only one.
You were the final girl.
The checks. All this time I thought it was my dad sending them, but it was you, wasn't it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It wasn't her either.
Well, then there must be someone else who knows. Someone else who made it out. You weren't the final girl after all.
Oh, I like this. Someone else made it out. Huh. Why didn't she say anything?
Turns out leaving behind a life of hostility and revenge does wonders for your skin. And having a I owe you an apology.
Do you have any idea how much guilt I was carrying around after I left you at that place? How could you not let me know you were alive?
And I'm sorry. I didn't know any other way to move on.
I'm not mad at you for having a good life. I just wish I could have been a part of it. I can figure out how you got out.
Oh, yeah. Are we gonna get more of her and Ray? It's actually oddly emotionally beautiful.
You're not gonna die here. You deserve better. You always have. I can't help you any further.
I'm sorry. You have to stay here. You don't deserve this either.
But I still don't understand. I mean,
who gave me the money?
After all my father did to you, why did you help me?
I needed to believe that a normal life was possible after Camp Redwood. Your dad was that for me. He moved to Alaska, got married, had a baby. So I did what I could to give you a chance to be free of that awful legacy.
So weird was seeing it with that.
I guess we're both the final girl.
They're telling it as in a flashback.
You're going back to that camp, aren't you?
I felt something when I was there, like someone watching over me.
You're not gonna find what you're looking for.
Throw your help on it.
He kind of walks like Mr. Jenkins for a second there. This is actually a really cool episode. I mean, it didn't go the way I was expecting it to, but it's actually got some interesting story to tell.
I'm sorry, did I scare you?
Yes, so she did die.
Did you come back here to find your father? I can take you to him. Technically, I died a second before the chipper spit me out on the other side.
Second
but I've been
before.
hiding and waiting.
How do you hide?
For what?
For this? Whoa!
You think I would let you hurt my son? We have to get you out of here now. Why did you come back here? I was never a parent to you. You're wrong. You did what all good parents do. You sacrificed yourself for your child. I just had to come back and say thank you. You are worth it. Every bit of it. Now forget
That's
this
what every
place
kid needs to hear from their parents.
and go live.
That could change so many lives if they just heard that once in
I
their
will
life.
always love you. That's all that matters, okay?
I'm the final girl. I am always the final girl.
But you already did. Oh my gosh.
Leave him alone. Innocent. Please, there is no such thing. Just like my Bobby would have looked if he'd grown up.
Take her
Stop
and
it.
never come back. But don't forget us. We'll live on forever. The 80s will never die.
Cure the place or something. Oh wow. Wow. That was the best episode of the season. What the hell? Look, this wasn't my favorite season of American Horror Story. Actually I kind of like Apocalypse better actually. better. At least the first half of it had more substance going on. Most of the season was just a big chase scene. I would have liked the first episode was amazing, and I wish that they would have developed that more. I wanted to see the camp kids and all that stuff come together. You know, yeah, but they just became a chase scene. And it kind of felt empty. And then Xavier and Chet, they got left behind. Xavier seemed like he was going somewhere with his story, and then he just got totally sidelined to, I don't know, to build up Bobby and Benjamin and stuff. Chet too, we barely got to know him, and then he just disappeared. Ray as well, actually. They just kind of got sidelined and never really did much in the story until now. And that they gave this. I didn't know what to expect, and then they didn't do the festival, which was disappointing. But then what they actually did was actually pretty damn cool, and I kind of wish that this had been the second half. Yeah, it felt a little rushed, but it was surprisingly a good episode. Really good after all the other ones. Episode 1 was amazing. Episode freaking 9 was great, and yet it just the middle stuff was kind of. I like the second half more than the first half. I think first half was mostly a chase scene. The second half was actually building to something, and then they kind of, I don't know, parts of it kind of got thrown away. Yeah, I thought we were going to see more of the serial killers, but they all kind of were taken out. And I guess I thought they would kill the thing, but I guess they did. Nope, they're just going to be there forever. In the case of Benjamin, he proved that he could change his life, and he built himself a legacy, something the Night Stalker would never have. The Night Stalker wanted to be immortal forever, and now he'll be forgotten in the camp. But Benjamin, he will be immortal because his son will remember him forever. His son carries a bit of him with him, and when he has his kids and it goes on, that legacy will be his immortality. I mean, this story was all about Mr. Jingles more than even Margaret or Brooke. It was really his story. Everybody else was sort of kind of doing their own thing, sort of, right? But it was really focused on Mr. Jingles more than would have thought Brooke or something. Yeah, would have been. And I think it kind of wasted a lot of the characters, though. You know, Cody Fun, the guy played Ray. All of those characters kind of died early and don't really do anything. Except maybe Montana. But I wanted to see them do more as the characters. They got introduced so hard in the opening awesome aerobics scene, right? But then they all got kind of killed pretty fast within the season, and it just felt like, especially with Xavier and Chet, kind of wasted. Ray got a little more to do. You know, Montana was throughout the whole season, but I felt Chet and Xavier especially just kind of got waysided. His only plot development was that he was going to be an actor, and now he can't be. Sad, because none of that gets fulfilled in any satisfying way. He's just they obviously just needed the 5 of them or whatever to go to the camp, but once it was over, that was it. That was a waste. Too bad, man. Especially after being the Antichrist in last season, he would have been something for this season. You know, he didn't get to do much. Ray and all that stuff, you know. I did like that scene that Ray finally had with you know, Brooke. You know, they had their first time together and all that. He managed to get her out of there, and once again, kind of sad because they can never be together. You know, it's kind of like we set up a bunch of stuff, and we do nothing. We just kind of ramble around for for most of the season. Sorry, and then we come back at the end and actually make a conclusion in 46 minutes. Everybody gets a little bit of something, but it's a little rushed. But it was still a great episode. That's the first and last episode were the best of the season, and I think it was picking up in that second half. I kind of would have liked to just seen that that whole massacre at the camp, man. So we never got to see Billy Idol. Too bad. I mean, we showed Kaja Gugu. They should have. I would have liked to have seen Billy Idol. And the whole being a final girl thing. But it wasn't as strong as it could have been. It's something they were building up to it for this final, and then instead it's a flashback, so it doesn't feel like it has this big impact. I'm not that big a fan of flashbacks usually. But well, whatever. Oh yeah, and Ramirez's thing was pretty cool. That was very American Horror Story, if you know what I mean. Killing a person for 30 years just to keep him down. That was the only way. They couldn't lock him up or something. I don't know, bury him on the ground, put him in a place where he constantly would die or something. So instead, they just kept killing him for the rest of his life. Everybody gets to take turns being killers. Anyway. But it was still a blast. And yeah, it was fun. Until next time.